Everybody. It's Friday and I've got another journal with me today. It's a little grungy journal. Not super duper grungy, but it is fully loaded. I wanted to see how loaded you could get a grungy journal. And it's the only one I've got for this week. I'm working on some custom orders. But the fabric that I used, it's actually a curtain, but it looks like a potato sack, old potato sack type fabric. And I used some laces and parts of a crochet doily, and then I inked up a black and white photograph for the cover. And it's got some pretty different fabrics here with a pretty pearl and lace. And then these little gold pieces are part of a curtain. And there's the spine. And there's the back. That is, move that up so you can see. It's really pretty. I really like it. I used a duck cloth tie, and it matches the inside of the book. And this is part of actually an old shower curtain, a cloth cotton shower curtain. And on the inside, I put a booklet, and it's just got different papers, and it has no cover. Well, I guess that would be a cover. And it's just got different things all in a little tuck spot there. Just all different sizes and kinds of paper and some stitching. Pretty image, ephemera. Just different stuff. We like stuff. And another tuck spot here. Old newspaper there. And then there's the back, and it's got a little mini pocket with fabric and some seam binding and laces and part of a book page. You can write on this back part too, a little card. Fits right in there. And then over here, I've got just sewed around a piece of paper here, put a little fan, part of a book page. This is a lace pocket. It's got little bitty clear sequins on it. And a card. I just love this. This is a pocket here with a safety pin and a little butterfly charm. And then that's the stitching from the other side. These coffee dyed papers were really heavy, which I really liked, but I wanted a little bit of contrast with some other things to go on top. So I put those, and then it's got some fuzzies, and that flips open like that. It's got some lined paper. Look at that coffee dye, isn't that yumminess? And there's the back. And it just folds over. And I roughed the edge, actually pulled out some threads there so that it would look like a roughed edge across the top. Some ephemera. And this cute. Two ladies wading in the river. Some little hearts. A piece of paper on a piece of ephemera there. I left the threads. Really love that contrast. Little pretty pages. Part of a sale ticket. And then it's got a little card in there. And it's got stamping. And this is got some doodads up here. A pretty image. Some papers. And some laces with the stitching going down the side. Over here is a postcard image. And this is a piece of ephemera out of my vintage catalog book. And then another piece of paper here. This is a pocket. I have a book that when I like to clean off my desk because I don't like to waste anything, I put odds and end papers in there, and I have a book that I just glue them down. And I took one of those pages out and used it in this book. So it's a collage of some different things. This is from a 1941 workbook that I got at a local Shreveport ephemera store. And it actually has the writing that the man used So it says near large cypress tree, end of the switch tie, all these different locations on it, which I thought was pretty neat. And then I put this card in there. Piece of lace at the top of the pocket. And then kind of wishy-washy stitching. That's the Tim Holtz Peeps. Tim Holtz Peeps. Picture of a pretty lady with a little card and a little tassel here. Pretty image there on a piece of ephemera. Oh, tuck spot I missed. I'll fill that in. Over here, I just glued down the snippets. Just for some extra writing. That's not a tuck spot right there. That's just there for a pretty image there with some lined paper. Over here, who remembers the S&H Green Stamp store? Oh, man. If I glued one, I glued a million of those things in those books. And then Mother and I would go, and they had lamps and all kinds of stuff in there you could get. I remember it very well. A pretty image there. This is a piece of scrap that I had left over. A postcard here. Over here is a real pretty tag, and it's got some script stamping on it. And a pretty lady writing letters in a pocket that looks like a file folder with some fabrics. And this is a piece of the Tim Holtz, I don't know what you call it, but it's translucent paper. I kind of like it. And some of the edges have been torn a little bit, but not all. I think actually 2 pages, because this sometimes when I make books, I have I get a little carried away, and when I go to put it together, I can't close the book, so I have to remove some pages that I made, and I just keep them and use them in the next book. This is a big piece of ephemera, the index page from that vintage catalog, and that's the natural aging. I didn't do anything to it, but I did secure the spine of it with washi tape to make it stronger in the book. Isn't that lovely? It's just yumminess. Another card here with some faint lines. Over here's a fabric pocket, different fabrics, a little bit of gold, little flower up there. And then I made a fabric card. I'm really liking these fabric cards. They're just really, I don't know, they're pliable, they're soft, and then of course I put a piece of cardstock on the back so that you have a space for writing. A pretty image there. And look at this. I don't know, I guess that's a hat. Yeah, that's the hat, that's her hair, but it almost matches, you know, but it's this big feathery thing. And then I made a little flip out here. And this flips out here for extra writing. A pretty flourish with some lined paper. And then that opens up. Here we got a little mini pocket with a little mini card with the Tim Holtz girls. And some lined paper and some ephemera. Of course, the stitching, I love this beach scene. I think that's really cool looking. A gauze pocket here with the word treasure. And then some ladies and just different ephemera. A little mini card for writing. And then one of these letter fold outs that's got the crackle stamp on it. Over here is a bunch of different fabrics and fuzzies. Real pretty illustration there. And some more fuzzies here with some sari silk. And it's a big card with a little mini card there. I thought this was cute. This came out of the book too. And again, it's got the washi tape to secure the spine. Make it a little stronger. But it says drawers. I just thought that was so cool. Got your drawers on. I guess that's where that came from. They look really comfortable. And for 37 cents, I'm thinking that's a deal. 12 cents. Love it. There's a pretty image of a lady walking down the street and some lined column paper. And I stitched around it. And it's got some stamping throughout. Over here's a glassine bag with a pretty image. And on the inside, it's got a nice long card. And then behind it also is a tuck spot with an even longer card. But I love that contrast. Isn't that yummy? It's just so cool. Over here is a little tuck spot and some column paper, and then just a really pretty doily. Isn't that pretty? I just thought that was so pretty to be in here. Loved it. Over here is a little glassine envelope that I adhered down, and it'll hold more. It's got some fuzzies and some laces, and then a pretty image there with the stitching from the other side. And it's got a nice long card. Look at that coffee staining. I just love that stuff. You just never know what you're going to get. This is the other side of the ephemera underwear page. It's just so 59 cents, 65 cents. That just cracks me up. How can we do that now? I'd buy one of each at that price. Over here is a little Tim Holtz stamp tuck spot. Some ephemera and a lady churning butter. A little mini card here with some lace. Pretty illustration of a walking dress. Little card that's been adhered down with a little doodad and some laces and a piece of ephemera there. Stitching here. Isn't that pretty? Some lined paper here. Little tuck spot here with some ephemera. We can make a little note there even. A card. Over here is a journaling card here. Really soft image of some birdies and some different fabrics here. Some burlap and I don't know. That's really soft fabric. I don't know what it is, but I like it. Almost like a flannel maybe. Up here is a tuck spot that I put up high on the page, and I like it. Some ephemera and some of that Tim Holtz paper. A real pretty image, and the card from the postcard from the other side stuck over, so I put a book page on it there, and she looks like she's cooking Thanksgiving dinner. It's really neat. Look at the pipe running up from that old-timey stove. Love it. And of course the postcard there. Very faintly lined paper. And that's the other part of that ephemera. Real thing. That, like I said, that's the natural color. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. A little stamping here. Here's a little tuck spot with a card. And here's a image of a girl selling flowers. Part of a book page and just some different fabrics on the page. Again, another collage with some paper here. A real soft image. 2 tags and then a little teacup. This tag is adhered down. It's not a tuck spot or anything, and this is adhered down too. Little tuck spot here with some lace. And a pretty image that's been sewn around. This is a pocket here with fuzzies, a little paper flower, and a pearl that you can write on. And this is from that old workbook. I put a piece of paper, I put a piece in there, and then a little mini card with some lace. I really like the Grungy journal with a lot of stuff in it. I really think that's neat. And we've got vintage nurses picture, some washi tape up here. Another one of those pieces from my collage book, my glue book. If y'all have never done a glue book, they're fun. They really are fun. Because you can put all the things in there that you really, really like. And then you can use them for different things. Some music paper here with a little bit of lined paper. And just different pages. More lined paper here with the stitching. little butterfly up here, piece of ephemera, and some paper. And then, come here, you. It's that's a dress ticket, some fuzzies. And then a little doodad up here. Just some different papers to write on. More faintly lined paper. And some ephemera. Little hearts. Lady reading a story, night-night story to her little girl. I had to put him in here. He cracks me up. I just think he's so cute. And then some laces and part of a music page. Over here, I put a big guest check and stitched around it, and then made a little fabric pocket, some laces in different fabrics. Love that bicycle. And then I put a card in there. And, you know, I just used scraps that I had left over from other kits that I had made. Yep, that's the last page back here with a real pretty image. Her dress is stunning. Fabrics and part of a book page there. And then in the back here, it's the same as the front. I left it plain because there's so much going on. And isn't he cute? Look at this. What a cutie patootie. This doesn't open up. It's a pocket. And it will hold more. I just think he's so cute. Got the happy smile. Happy smile. Oh, I see a paper clip I didn't put back on. And if I don't do it now, y'all, with my memory, that memory will be gone. So we'll just put that back on there. And put it back down in the pocket. So you got a lot going on here. And it's just yummy. Just full of yumminess. Something on every page, a lot on every page. And what this does is it allows you to, if you don't feel like doing a whole bunch of journaling at one time, you can do a little journaling here, a little something here. You know, just kind of do a little bit at a time when you feel like it, you know. Or maybe take it out and just use it for notes. You've got space here to be writing. Or put your goodies in, you know. This would make a great backdrop for photographs. I don't know that I'd write on it. You know, when I put stuff like this in the ones that I use, sometimes I leave it blank, or sometimes I'll print off a little mini picture of something that I want to keep special. But it just allows for just different, you know, you may want to fill this in one day, and then come back and put a little something here. And then maybe another day do that. So that's what a book like this kind of changes your journaling style. Instead of having to fill a whole page and feel obligated to fill that whole page. Because I know I don't feel like doing that all the time. And sometimes I don't have the time. I just have enough time maybe just to, you know, something cute happened and I may want to make a little note about it so I can remember it. Because, you know, at my age, it's gone within a second. So I like to have things that I can just jot a little note on. I think I'm going to fold this actually so I can see her better. Alrighty, I'm happy with that. I want to thank y'all so much for being here with me this Friday. I'll be putting this one in my Etsy shop this weekend. And I will see y'all next Friday in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for being here.